today's chief guest, Faith Martina ma'am. She's very down earth person, very vibrant, energetic, and positive, full of positivity of lady. It's my privilege to introduce to our first year MBA students, ma'am. So, students, now I welcome you because this is my first online welcoming you people. So it's my privilege to welcome you for the Tagurian. So today we have a good session on advertising yourself. So here Esther ma'am is the right person because I have attended a session under her. It was really wonderful. Thank you, ma'am. So now I would like to call upon our head of the department, Dr. P. Priyadarshini ma'am, to introduce our chief guest. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Kavita. So, good afternoon to all. I welcome you all for our third day of induction program, dear first years. And I take an immense pleasure in welcoming Esther Faith Martina ma'am and Mahesh sir for the session on advertising yourself. You know, anything needs advertisements. Whether it is a pen or whether it is a building or whether it is a service, everything needs an advertisement. So how do we carry ourselves and how do we advertise ourselves is a biggest challenge. So we have two eminent personalities. Dear students, you are really gifted to be addressed by two eminent personalities, Esther ma'am and Mahesh sir, on the same topic. They just go very well in hand to hand, and they deliver always in the student's point of view. That is the bless, we had when we met them. So all our students have been benefited through their sessions, and we have Mahesh sir, welcome you sir, and we have Esther ma'am, we welcome you ma'am. And a very small introduction about Esther Martina ma'am. I take a privilege in introducing you ma'am. So ma'am is a CEO and director of Majestic Technology Solution, and she has completed her BSc in zoology from Women's Christian College, and she has completed her BEd, and she started her career as a teacher in the year 2008. And notable thing is, because of her sincerity, she was elevated as a principal of the school where she was working, and she was in that career for spinning of 15 years of teaching. And she worked as administrative officer at a patent and trademark corporative office for a period of 5 years. And she was a freelance educational consultant till the year 2018. With a strategic foresight and determination, she's the co-founder of Majestic Technology Solution Private Limited, which renders a holistic educational service to the colleges and different educational institutes. And we are proud to say we have a MOU with them, and we are privileged to be connected with them. And as a leader and innovator, Martina ma'am believes on strong business development and relationship building skills. And she was also a trainer of defense officers. What is that? Worth and Officers Training Academy in Chennai, and that is one of the adding feather to their cap that everyone does not get that opportunity. As being in that line, I know getting a training for a defense people is a challenging one. Ma'am and sir were the trainers for them, and it was more than a month long training. No, ma'am, it is a continuous process.
Yes.
So very proud to have you, ma'am. And apart from her academic and entrepreneurial experience, ma'am has been a recipient of many awards. Her notable award is the most prestigious facilitator award from NFED, that National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development, which was awarded to her on 5th September 2019. She was a district level athlete player, and presently she is the director and CEO of Majestic Technology Solution, and she is a senior editor of Jupiter Publication Consortium, Chennai. So very happy to have you, ma'am. And ma'am is known for her very much work-life balance, because she balances her career well, and she is also a player, and she is also a very good mother. And I heard from sir that 2 days back, ma'am's daughter was graduated in her medical 2 days back. Yes, no, ma'am? So, yesterday. Oh, fine. Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you.
So it is not an easy thing. So students, we can never say, there is no time or we cannot do anything. So all these words to be excused. So we have time for everything. And being an entrepreneur and being in the education field and taking care of the family, everything is challenging. So ma'am does that job in a very wonderful way. And a few things are missed, ma'am and sir has conducted lot of development programs for faculty and students, and they have conducted lot of workshops for different colleges. So very, very happy to have you, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, are you able to view?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to thank the chairman, the principal, and the head of the department, and my dear students. So it's a great pleasure for me to speak on advertising yourself. And to speak to new students, the new joiners, the freshers of the MBA department. It gives me a real pleasure to speak to all of you all. So let us, when we talk about advertising yourself, we are going to talk about marketing. So when we are going to talk about marketing, it's a very huge and a voluminous subject. And as you go through your MBA classes, you will know the different strategies and the various things in marketing. So today we are just going to give a small gist of what marketing is, and then the session will be continued by Professor Magesh. So the first thing is, we want to know what is marketing. So marketing is, when we see the definition of marketing, it's actually an action or a business of promoting and selling products or services. And this also includes marketing, research, and advertisement. So in general, we can say that marketing is the study and management of exchange relationships. And then we can also say it creates relationships where we go and we satisfy customers, because the main idea and the main scope of marketing is to attract customers, because that is only what is going to help in our business. So in marketing, we are going to just see what is this B2B and B2C in marketing. So there are so when we take B2B, B2B is business to business. So a person who is manufacturing, who's producing a product, he will not sell it directly. Rather, he will sell it and he will to a wholesaler, and the wholesaler will give it to a distributor, and the chain goes on till it comes to the consumer. But whereas in a B2C marketing, the person who is producing or manufacturing a product, he will directly sell it to the customer. That is direct. He will have a shop and he'll do a direct retail marketing. So here, as I already told, that this marketing is a huge subject. So today I just want to bring to your notice about this marketing mix. So this marketing mix, there are several topics which are related to marketing. And so today we are just going to understand this marketing mix, and we'll see the 4 P's. And then later I'll just want to give a short brief outline about the 12 P's of marketing. So what is this marketing mix is? It is defined as a set of marketing tools which a person which a person uses to get his target. So what are the main marketing mix, main levels of marketing is, one is the product, that is what you're going to sell and how much you're going to price it, which is the price. Then the place to whom you're going to sell it, the place, the location where you're going to sell that particular product, and then how you're going to promote it. So other than this 4 major P's, we have over here, when you see this diagram, when we see this diagram, we see first we see the product. So the product, we will see like the product design, how it is packaged, and the price. So that is very important for a product, the way you present it. So this plays a very important role. Then the promotion of the product, the public relations, the direct, whether it's going to be a direct marketing, then how it is going to be promoted, how the sales is going to be done, how are you going to advertise, and whether the marketing is going to be done virally or whether you're going to do it a bit slowly. Then another thing is whether we are going to have it on an e-commerce, that is whether it's going to be in a website or not. And then we have the last is the retail marketing, which is going to be the point of sale and how the product is going to be on display. So now we see this 4 P's of marketing: the product, the price, the place, and the promotion. Now to your notice, I want to bring the 12 P's of marketing. So the first P for marketing is the product. So the product is very important because that is what you're going to market about. So whether it's going to be a small item or a big item, or whether it's going to be a perishable good or a non-perishable good, or whether it's just going to be service, if you're in the service industry. So the product is the most important thing, without which you cannot do any business or where you cannot do any marketing. So the first thing that you need to have in a for marketing is your product. So the USP for the product, that is the unique selling point, that is the factor which differentiates a product from the competitors. So how is your product that is which you're going to market is going to be different from others? So the product should be unique, whether it relates to the color, the way it's packaged, whether it is copyrighted, your product is unique and you have a patent or a trademark, or whether it's copyrighted, and whether you're going to give warranty for your product or not, and how you're going to design. So this is very important for a product. And then we have the value proposition. So what is this value proposition is, what is the benefit that the consumer or the customer is going to get because he's going to buy your product. So over here, when you see the product is, it saves his time. Then it solves a certain problem. And how easy is it to use, and whether it's going to be of convenience or not. So the second P is the place. Now, a lot of people sell different products, but the location, the place from where the business is located and how they are going to sell it is very important. So it can either be in a shop, or it can be in a door-to-door sales, or it can be on a website. So it depends, and how many branches you are going to have. And all those things really matter a lot on where you're going to sell your particular product. Now, for example, maybe you don't have sugar in your house, or you don't have salt in your house. We will not wait to go to a supermarket or to a big store. We'll go to the store which is nearby our house, which is very close, because it's just going to be a packet of salt or it's a packet of sugar. But in case you want something exclusive, you will know that it will be available only in certain places. And So the place really matters. So the same way, the USP for this is it has to be nearby, easy to access, delivery, and whether you have an e-commerce website for it, and whether you're going to have people to stock your products or not. And so, but usually the VP, that is the value proposition, it has to be quite nearby, and it has to be quick, and you should not find any difficulty that is in buying that product. So it should be, your purchasing should be hassle-free. The third P is the price. How you are going to how you are going to price your product. It is very difficult because you should not go into loss. Neither can you price it very highly because your competitor will be in a competition for you. So if it is very much low, if you're going to underprice it, then you will not have your margin. At the same time, if you're going to price it very highly, definitely you will not get any sales, because people nowadays, they are so much aware about the different discounts, and they always compare who is giving a better bargain. So we should always be conscious of our price when we are going to price a product. And so the best advice is, we need to ask a person, that is, people go and taking surveys to find out how much they can price that product for. Because, or in certain things, if it is going to be an e-commerce site or something like that, if you're going to be in the service industry, then we ask our customers, how much are you willing to pay for this? Rather than putting out our price, we ask them, how much will you be willing? Then we can go under a negotiation. So what you can do is, there will always be a benchmark against your competitors. So when they know that you have priced a product rightly, then what they will do is, the next time they will come to you, because our people always look for cheap. They either go to very cheap things or they will go to expensive things. But some people are also there in the moderate level. And what they always see is, even if it is cheap, they will see whether that product has a value. And if it is expensive, they will always see whether it is really whether the product is really worth it or not, and for what they have invested, for how many years it will last, or what is the return of investment. So price plays a very important role. The fourth P is promotion. So promotion is how you are going to promote your product. So always the term promotion is always misunderstood as discounts, or we are cutting out our price. We have seen this in a lot of shops, and many places they say buy one, get one free. But the thing is, when they want to buy something, they always see whether there is a value for it. And when they promote it like that, when they give an offer or something, they will definitely give something in extra for them. So what are they giving in extra? For example, they are buying a shirt for 100 rupees and they are getting another shirt for 100 rupees. Buy one, get one free offer. Actually, the price of the shirt would be 200 rupees, or it would have been less than 100 rupees. But still, because they want their customers to come back, they will give an offer like that. Or sometimes people will also, they will say, you buy this pack, you will get another pack free. So they will say, you buy for 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees, and they provide gifts or gift cards. The reason why they give you a gift voucher or a gift card is because you have to come back again. And when you go back again with your gift card, it will be written, you buy for 1,000 rupees and then you can use this gift card. So what happens is, they make you to come again and again to their shop. So this is a way of promoting their products. And plus, they also give you free trials. They give you 30-day trial pack, 15-day trials. Then They also add gifts. They give discounts. So other than that is the value for the value proposition is they always provide certain people. They provide free samples. Now, for example, you take an achi masala. You buy one sambar powder. They will give you a bhaji bonda mix free. The reason is a free sample they give. The reason why they give is because they want that other product also to be be sold. So they give free samples. So like that they do that, and then certain people they will certain manufacturers they will bring out some unique products which would be entitled as limited edition. The reason why they say limited edition is it will be available only for certain time and it will not come again into the market. So people, what they will do when they want that particular product and they find there's something unique in it, immediately they go and they buy those limited edition products. And many people get carried away with a discounted price because they will always think that there's a value. Previously this shirt or this sari or this salwar was around 2,000 rupees. Now I'm getting the same thing for 1,000 rupees or 1,500 rupees. So it's a value for them. So promotion plays a very important role. So the fifth P is the people. So people, without people, having a product, having a place, the people who are responsible for your business. So we will call them as salespeople, but it is also referred to as talent. So suppose, for example, you're selling a product which relates to fitness or health. You have to have a person who's representing your product, who's going to talk about your product to be really fit. If he doesn't have that enthusiasm, or if he doesn't have the physical fitness, he will not be able to sell that product. And also that person, he will give a right image about your product. So when people see that product, they will really get taken away, because the way you talk, the way you market, and the way you advertise about, when you tell about that product, they will get attracted to it. So for the people have to be talented, they have to be educated on the product, then they should have some experience in relation to selling the product, and they always have to have a good attitude, because certain people will tell that they don't want it or they don't like it. So they should not, the people who represent it, they should not have a moody attitude or having a grudgy face or a grumpy face. They cannot have like that. So they have to have a very good attitude, and they should always take it with positivity. So the reason why this is there is because they should always understand what the needs of the customer, and they should always advise. Now this person doesn't want that particular product, he wants something else. They should be in a position to advise that this product is better than that, and in what way it is better, and how, and what are the benefits that they can get. So they have to provide the consulting, they have to give them advice, and they have to understand what the customer wants. So the people are very important. The sixth P is the physical evidence. The physical evidence means you cannot talk about a product without knowing or without showing it to the customer that it is there. So some people just talk, and they will, when we want to order it, they will say you have to wait for 10 or 15 days for that product to come. So a person will get really upset when he sees that the product that he wants and he desires is not there. So physical evidence of the product should be there. So for example, when you're going to shop online, for example in Amazon or in Flipkart, when you click on a particular product, they will, below it, they will say so many items are available, so many sold. So this shows that it is still there in stock, or they will put out of stock. So when there is a physical evidence, it shows that there is a proof. And other than that, well, now, for example, you have to talk about what you have done and where all you have sold this product. How many people have used this product? So, and what is their what are the comments after they have used the product? So, this physical evidence is very much needed, and it has and you can always show your price list or your brochure or what you do, so that people will understand, and they will also know the testimonies of others on how that product was. So the USP is you need to have an abundance of product stocks. And if it is going to be an office with where you do services or anything, then you need to show a picture of your office, because people should not think that you're just that you're not serious. They should know that you are a very serious person, and that they can have an evidence by looking at it. Or if there are any road shows are the places where they have small tents with umbrellas, where they have a lot of brochures and they display the products. So that is a road show. So the reason why all this is done is the reason why this physical evidence has to be shown is because the customer or the consumer should feel trusted. He should feel safe, and he should find that this product is reliable and it is good for use. So the seventh P is process. So this is a question which relates to how it is being made, because all of us are very curious of how things are made, how the food is prepared, or whether the place is a clean or a dust-free and environment and all that. So you can fulfill your customers' curiosity by displaying the products and services. And for example, there is this website, Fresh to Home. So they deal with meat products. So people usually, when they buy meat products, they become very they're choosy on buying it. But this Fresh to Home website, they have a small video showing their facility on how clean they do it. So this shows that, so when we see that, how clean the facilities and how people are handling the meat and the meat products, so people get to know about the process, and then they will also start ordering. So this is their way of selling, and overall it brings in lot of revenue to that particular product or whatever they are selling. They will gain a lot of customers, but because they are showcasing their processes, their units. And so by doing this, the customer's curiosity is also it is also satisfied, and they are also very happy. But however, at times, by showing too many processes on how it is done, many people try to copy it, and they try to do the same process that you have done. And it is very evident. You all know how many. It started with one shop, with one meat shop online, and now we have n number of meat shops online. So this is an example. So the reason why this process is done is it shows how clean and how efficient and how stable that framework is. And for us, we find them trustworthy, and a lot of risk is reduced, and we always think of quicker delivery. This also relates to Swiggy, Zomato. When we order online, we know when the food is prepared, whether the delivery boy has picked it or not, or what is done and where he is. So we find it easy when we see all the map, the Google map and everything. So we are able to trust the process. Okay, the 8th P is the proof. That is your proof on social media. Now, many people, whoever is marketing their product, they will definitely have a web page, and they will have a web page either on Google or on Facebook, and they always ask people to visit their page, to like their page, to share their page, and they also ask them to rate whether they like the product or not. So this is a very important proof for them for that regarding their product. So always we will see whether it's got a 5-star rating or a 4-star rating. So the more number of stars, the more the rate, when the rating is high, we will definitely try to buy that product. So the first person who brought this rating system is Amazon. So he will always ask people to rate. The moment you make a purchase, immediately he asks you to rate his service. So he highlights how many satisfied customers are there. Then he gives reviews and testimonies of the product. And also people, they share their views and their case studies, how they use that product and how it was, whether it was useful or not. Everything is there. And some people also, they share screenshots of their WhatsApp conversations regarding how good that product was, and the Facebook rating and Google rating and all those things. So the reason why they put up all these things on social media is because the customer, the moment he sees all this rating and this testimonials, he will feel very secure. He will not have a second opinion whether to buy it or not. And he will find that the product is really trustworthy. Okay, the ninth P is the portfolio. So this portfolio is very important for the service industry. So because, for example, in our website, we have built our portfolio. We have showed how many schools and colleges we have our MOUs with. So this shows that, and for our website also, we have shown whether we are really capable or not to handle that particular area and what we are going to deliver. So when this comes, when our portfolio is very much needed, because seeing the portfolio only will a person come to you, because he will trust you. He will know, okay, this person is capable of doing this particular thing. I can go to him for a book printing, or I can go to him for designing a website, or for any other e-commerce related queries. So they will know whether we will be able to do it or not, unless and until we keep our portfolio and update, we will not be able to get our customers. So, and also we will also have our customers, and we will show to them what we are able to deliver, what we have achieved. So all these things we will show it to them. So this makes the customer or the consumer to trust us. So without them seeing, and we'll also ask them to write a review about our website or about our services. So all this adds to our portfolio. The 10th P is the prestige. So this P applies to luxury goods such as a BMW or a Prada handbag or a Breitling watch. Okay, and over here also we have some very exclusive and prestigious exclusive items like the Titan Raga watches, and we have the Rolex watches. So when we have all these high-end goods, we won't ask any lay person to come and promote our product. For this area, we will always need celebrities. So for example, you know, all of you all know who promotes the Byju's app, and who promotes the Rolex watches, and who comes for the Titan watches. So we look at them, and by the moment they speak, we get attracted to them. And So when you're having a high-end product, we will always go to the higher end, to the people who are on the high end. That is people who are well known, who people like athletes, like film actors, or some politician, or some other celebrity to endorse your brand. So this prestige is very much important for the product. And what they will do is they will also be event sponsors, and they will hire ambassadors to promote that product. So this gives a very good feeling. For example, when you're going to buy something that is luxurious, you will have a very good feeling that you have bought something luxurious, and everyone will be able to relate it to the brand ambassador. So this prestige is very important for your product. So this prestige not only relates to high end, even in the mid end also, like comparing to a Rolex watch, the Titan watch or the Titan Raga watch is much lesser, but still it's a very good brand. So the prestige level is there. So it always doesn't relate only to luxury goods. It can also be done for all goods. You should feel proud of your product. The prestige of your product is there. The 11th P is what the product that you have, what it can do for your customers. So I have taken an example of the iPhone. So each year the iPhone comes up with a new model, and they call it the fastest iPhone. And people still have the craze for that iPhone because there is proof that it does perform better in something or the other. And by doing it, that increases your productivity. So this productivity and the performance of your particular product always does wonders for the users. So that you are having your users attracted to your product constantly. So as you keep updating, iPhone updates each and every year. So there might not be a major change. There might be a small minor change, but still it will be of the latest technology, or some performance, something or the other will be there. So the productivity and the performance of your product is very much important. So the last P is packaged and bundled. So how is your product packaged? And whether it is going to be sold individually, or whether it's going to be in a combo pack, or whether you're going to have that is bundled in 2 or 3 items together, sold it as a pack of 3, or a combination, that is like, for example, you're buying a face wash. So along with that, like for example, you're buying a traveling kit. So you need a face wash. Then you need a moisturizer, an eye cream, or a hand cream, something you will need. So people will always look at how you are selling your product. So that is what really attracts them. So some products, they will always come in bundles of 2, or some will come as a set, or some will be packaged individually. And also, it is also regarding the price also. People will always wonder what is the value that I get by buying 3 or 4, whether it's going to be of a less cost, or whether it's going to be a bit more, and what is the value that they have. And also another thing is, when they are going to have it in a combo packet, they will buy 2 and the next one will be free. So it will be a complimentary package. So all these things is, people always they will see what the value for money, whether it's a comprehensive package, what they have done, how it is sold. So this P is very important. So now I've told you about the 12 P's, like the different marketing strategies of marketing. So this session will be continued by Professor Magesh, and he will be talking about the selling point of how to advertise your product. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Very nice session, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Kavita?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It was an informative session, ma'am. Now I'll take my privilege to introduce our next chief guest, Mr. Magesh, sir. Sir is a chairman and director in Majestic Technology Solutions and Jupiter Publication Consortium and professor and chief advisor of NFED. Sir has over the period of about 10 years of corporate experience and more than 15 years in engineering institutions. Sir has published 15 referred international index journals like Scopus, Elsevier's, 2 patents, and a book with ISBN. Sir is a tech savvy. Sir is an empaneled language trainer with Wordsworth and the Officers Training Academy. Sir has won many awards and accolades during his academic and entrepreneurial career. Sir has received Distinguished Innovator and Entrepreneur Award and certified as Distinguished Fellow by National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development. Sir has also received the most prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award by NFED. This is a very short profile of Sir. I welcome you, sir, and thanks for accepting our invitation, sir. So I don't want to waste much of your time. Now I would like to handle the session to our session speaker, Mr. Magesh, sir, and I would like to I also ask the sir to address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much for the brief introduction about me. Thank you very much. So it gives me the immense opportunity to address this gathering on the topic Advertise Yourself. First of all, I would like to welcome all the freshers of the MBA students of Tagore Engineering College. You have to be very proud, my dear learners, because getting an opportunity to study in Tagore Engineering College, I'm not boasting about the Tagore Engineering College as on whole, but I've been traveled extensively to many places in Tamil Nadu where there are only few students found in MBA, whereas perpetually I'm seeing years. Every year there are so many students who are enrolling themselves in Tagore Engineering College. It is not only because of the college as on whole, but the staff, the committed staff members who are working for years together and giving a productive thing for the students. Most respected chairperson, erudite principal, esteemed staff members, head of the department of management studies, and my dear students. So in continuation to Mrs. Esther Faith Martina, who was briefly elucidating about the fundamental piece of marketing. But now we have to relate ourselves how we are going to advertise yourself in compared to that of the 12 P's. It is not only for the product as on whole. As an entrepreneur, you can relate that, but individually, how you are going to relate yourself, that is the main idea all about. Now, let us understand about the power of differentiation. How you differentiate yourself? How you are going to differentiate yourself from one person to the other person? As on whole, I just want to tell you that in this world, most of the people, they are born, they will eat, they will live. In basically, they call it as roti, kapda, makan. So they need food, shelter, and they will live. And in Tamil, they say, Thiruvalluvar said, Thondrin புகழோடு தோன்றுக அப்புகழ் தோன்றலின் தோன்றாமை நன்று. If you want to exist in this world, you have to do something for the society at large. And you have to prove yourself. And you have to differentiate between the crowd. You see the crowd, can you differentiate one person in this? So what does it mean by the power of differentiation? Why to differentiate? Why you have to differentiate yourself from one learner to the other learner, from one entrepreneur to the other entrepreneur, from one personality to the other personality? It is very, very important for us to understand why we have to differentiate and how people, they remember us for a very longer period of time. It is not only about the money that we earn. It is about not only the money, it is about the fame, which takes a long period. When we say about Alexander the Great, still we remember. We remember Napoleon Bonaparte. So it is like this. So we have to differentiate. So 80% they will be into the roti kapda makan, and the remaining 20% of the community only is making this entire world to live. So we have to understand that there are two things that you can think about after the completion of your MBA. Why you want to enroll yourself to MBA, and what is the reason whether you want to go and work or you want to become an entrepreneur. So employer cannot hear you or see you. They cannot hear you or see you. Employer cannot recognize you. Employer cannot understand you. There are three different scenarios that we are seeing here. See, the people are least bothered. You are going to apply, and it is your duty to explicate and explain yourself that you have this kind of stuff that you are having that is going to be useful for them. So how you are going to differentiate? Everybody we are studying, we get a printout of the university at the end of the program. After the 2 years of the completion of the program, you are going to get the printout of the university. We call it as a printout because it is nearly entry pass. But how much you have gained during this period? For example, this webinar is conducted. If you're really desirous of learning things from us, you have to tame your ears. You have to think that what are the inputs that the speaker is giving to us, that you have to take inside. You have to imbibe yourself, and you have to be in a position, and you have to be ready to do it same in due course of time. How innovative you are going to be. Now, product is nothing but you. We have to understand the product is nothing but you. You are the product. Product is nothing but we have to relate that product to you. So you have to know your brand, the purpose, the mission, and values. You are going to apply to a company. Okay, you are applying your resume or CV to one company. For example, you take Toyota or Volvo or Lexus or any company. In that case, you have to be very clear about the brand, what is the real purpose, the mission, as well as the values of that company. So unless or otherwise, if you are unaware about all these details, and when they are going to ask any question related to the company, and if you are not in a position to say what it is, they will not be happy with you. So the main thing is, whenever you are applying for any company, the product is you. So you should know about the brand, the purpose, mission, and the values. What is that one thing that makes you different from others? Why they have to hire you? That is important. How you are different from the other person. Technically, are you sound, or you have more communication, or you have a very good salesperson when compared to the other person? How you are going to differentiate yourself from the other person? So what are your accomplishments, not duties or the job titles? So what they expect from you from the entrepreneurial point of view, if I'm going to recruit you, what I'm going to expect from you? Is it not the duties or the job title, but what you are going to accomplish? What are you going to do for my company? Are you going to create an innovative design? Are you going to do something which is going to bring laurels and honors to my company? All these expectations are there because they are going to invest on you. They are going to invest the money on you. So they expect a lot of things from you. So what will make you more attractive to employers? How you are going to induce the employer, how you are going to speak to them in front of them, how you are going to sit in front of them, how well-mannered, how you are dressed, how cohesively you are going to talk to them. All such things matters most as a product. And above all, in the initial stage, for example, I will tell you, when you're going to join, the first question they ask, do you have the work experience? So more than the work experience, which are the places that you have been to, which company you went and taken the training, all those things also comes under the work experience. When they ask you, you should not say that I am a fresher. That is not the word actually. It means that whether you have the relevant practical experience elsewhere in any company for about say 3 or 4 months vigorous training. It means that they are not going to spend more money on you for the period of 3 or 4 months just because that you are going to learn something from, you should not say, I will quickly learn something from you and I'll start with. Nowadays, entrepreneurs, they expect you to start from the scratch. They never expect you to start from the scratch. They want you to travel along with them. Next one is the leadership experience. So this experience is very, very important. Why you have to take the initiative, especially in your college, when your head of the department or the faculty members, when they are asking you to do something, you have to take the initiative first. Even in the group discussion, the person who is taking the initiative and try to say something on that, whether it is right or not, whether it is related or not, they see whether you take the leadership quality, whether you have the leadership quality or not, whether you are going to say something which is going to be knowledgeable, wise, and which you are going to impart for them. So next one is your education as well as the training. So from where you got educated, that is very, very important. And apart from that, they may ask you what are the value additions that you have learned during your period of your MBA. So these are the value additions. So they taking a lot of steps to ensure that you are going to learn all this through this training. So this comes under the product of you. Now you see this Toyota. When they go for this product, it is about the quality as well as the reliability. So Volvo, they say they are safety, and Lexus, they say it's a luxury vehicle. Each one, they are totally different and they are differentiating as a product as a whole. Now you have to relate. Please understand this. You have to relate the product as well as you. The product is having its own uniqueness. You should also have your own uniqueness. We call it as the unique selling proposition called USP, not USB. We call it as USP, that is called unique selling proposition. Then how to develop USP? How we are going to develop this USP? That is the product, that is you. So identifying target market, a set of possible competitive advantages for the potential employers. For example, job ads. In Thiruvalluvar said, "Ulluvadellam uyarvalla." Always you should have the highest ambition. You have to start from there, not from the lowest. I'll go somewhere and I'll work in some small company or even a firm. Even it may not be a private company also. You may look in for the small firm. No, you should always think about something which is higher. So identify the target market. So it shows how much you are really towards it. What are the competitive advantages for the potential employers? How they are going to recruit me? What is the real expectation? For example, when they go in for the campus drive or the other places, what is the real advantage they are looking for? Whether they seek the communication or they see the way of appearance or the knowledge or the expertise that you have in your study. So develop the right competitive advantage. It is not that jack of all arts and master of none. You should have your own domain. So you have to be very careful in this. Somebody may excel in marketing, someone may be in finance, someone may be in some other program. So you have to have your own idea and you have to have your own thoughts and you should have the ambition that I have to excel in this. So the only competitive way is to invest in yourself, and it is never too late. You have to invest in yourself. Means apart from the regular learning. So you have some sort of regular learning which is taught at the college. That is periodically you will be learning and they will be giving some training. And the other training is also imparted through the college. And you are going to learn certain new courses as a value addition, which is going to be very, very crucial and vital, indispensable for you to live your life, which is going to help you a lot. Maybe it may be in online courses or some other courses, which is the need of the hour. We call it as a contemporary courses, which is the need of the hour. We learn a lot of basic rudimentary things from the college. And apart from that, what is the need of the hour that we have to know, and we have to start learning about this. And we have to read a lot of books which is related to that, lot of articles, and you have to be, as an MBA student, you have to read every day newspaper and you have to be everything should be under your fingertips. And a lot of certifications and courses which is relevant to your study. And already you are in the MBA study. In future, supposing if you are really desirous, you can go and do your PhD also. So this is how you have to develop your USP. So from good, you have to become better and then best. Now, place is nothing but the distribution. Place is nothing but the distribution where you are going to give your CV. That is the place. That is how we have to relate. So prepare your CV meticulously. That is how it is. See, the person who is going to CV your CV, so many CVs will come to the office. And when they open it, immediately it has to attract, it has to induce us. And by seeing that CV, it should speak about yourself with all the permutation and combination related things which they are expecting from their point of view, that you have to understand, and you have to incorporate all those things in that CV, which is going to help you a lot, and you'll be called for the interview. If the CV is going, I will play football, cricket. See, in an interview, for example, I will say this. If you say that I used to play cricket or football, they may ask you certain questions. It will be so embarrassing for you. For example, they may ask you this. Do you know who is a player? Can you name all the 11 players in Indian cricket? You may cut a sorry figure at times because you say that you are interested in sports and cricket. But whatever you mention, you have to be very thorough with the background knowledge. So whenever they ask the question, you should be in a position to answer in full. So please be careful. Whatever you have mentioned should be very, very genuine, and they will see the genuinity in you. Then what are the job postings and what are the recruitment and types of advertising that you can see? Next one is the cold calling. See, when you are applying for the place, it is not that you have to apply directly. At places also, you can just walk in. That we call it as a cold call. You can just walk in and you can attend the interview. And next one is the networking. Networking, see, nowadays it is required. On those days, they call it as the recommendation or networking. We may have some of our niece, or we may have some of our friends and relatives whom they can refer your name to some of the places. It doesn't mean that you will get the job. Job is still not assured. Still you prove yourself. Still you prove yourself, job is not assured, but you may have the networking, the right networking at the right place, the place of distribution where you can go and sell yourself. The next one is job hunting on the web. So hunt the job on the web. So initially itself, you have to start seeing from the first year, you have to start seeing what are the companies they recruit. So you have to remove the anomalies which is not connected to you. Don't waste your time in seeing the anomalies which is not connected to you, which is so relevant. You have to data mine in such a way that you attract the thing which is required for you. Next one is the University Career Center or Alumni Officers. So University Career Center, you have the center in your college. They will help you a lot by connecting to you at times, even after the completion. If you are going to approach your placement officer, the placement officer will be in a position to say that these are the openings which are off campus that is available. You can go and attend your interview. So that is a price. Headhunters, recruiters, executive search firm, employment agency. There are so many things for the place of distribution for hunting your job. Next one is the place that we call it as the distribution. See, how many of you are really worried about the social media? When I say social media, I've seen so many of them. They are on the Facebook, they are on the LinkedIn, they are on the Twitter, YouTube, a lot of things which they are connected in their day-to-day life. So you have to be very careful that the employers, when they employ you, they see all these backgrounds and check whether how credibility of your way of intention and posting things, which is also counted. So I will tell you 6 LinkedIn tips to make your profile pop. So LinkedIn is one of the best professional platform, especially for the MBA graduates. If you're going to complete your MBA, you need an account with the LinkedIn. Social media, the remaining Facebook and other things are not so serious. So LinkedIn is so serious, and people they are posting in all are professional. So make your LinkedIn profile shine. So you need a headline, not only job title, else it should have the skills or the status. Nowadays, you have to talk about the skills. Just studying an MBA will not suffice. So you have to talk about the skill sets. Next one is the digital marketing leader experienced in lead generation. So you have a lot of digital marketing techniques where you will have the leader of experience in lead generation. For example, this is the thing which is connected to marketing. I'm just saying this. For example, you are a skilled digital marketer, means you have the leader of experiencing in the lead generation. You may have an opportunity in that company. Next is you have to summarize, reinforce your achievements. Always you have to recapitulate, summarize, reinforce about your achievements, summarize your credentials, your testimonials which you have received, and the position yourself for your next job. What are the value added things that you have added to that company, or you're going to add, or what are the things that you know very well that you'll be in a position to express. Specialties. So this area helps the drive of the LinkedIn search function. So practice. So we call it as a keyword. This is very, very important. Please understand the keywords, or we call it as a meta tag. The meta tag, even when we are writing a paper, when you write an abstract, we write some keywords. So it will pull up the relevant records. We can't be data mining each and everything. When I say something digital marketer means, it is going to pull up all the records connected to only that company. Instead of searching 100 companies, you are going to narrow down and you are going to search only 15 or 20 companies, which is so relevant to you. So next one is the recommendations. So recommendations comes from the other part. For example, your faculty members, for example, you may ask them to recommend you. You may ask me to recommend you. If I know about you, you can talk to me. You can have an amicable, very good relationship, and you have to be self-explanatory, self-sellable. In such a way, I have to identify some of your real credentials which you really have, and I will be in a position to recommend you through LinkedIn. Similarly, your faculty members or your peers or the people who is having the high profile, when they start recommending you individually, it means that they are giving the fullest credit to you, since they have traversed you for more than 2 or 3 years. Then custom URL, LinkedIn automatically assigns a URL that links directly to your public profile. We need a unique custom profile. We cannot be keeping in search. So whenever you mention, you can mention the LinkedIn profile. They can just type, and just having a click, directly it goes to the web page where you have exhibited all your skills and talents. So this we call it as the place of distribution, which is connected to the 12 P's of marketing, which you have learned in the first stage. Next is promotion, the art of creating opportunity. See, promotion is how you promote yourself. I want to promote myself. So that's how I'm going to promote. If you type Professor S. Mahesh in Google, automatically you will come to know who I am, who are the people who has endorsed me, and what they talk me about. You can see the other credentials like scholar, that, this, and other things in the first page. That we call it as a search engine optimization. And there are certain ways to promote ourselves by doing a lot of work. For example, I will give you some inputs or ideas how to promote yourself. This is one input I'm going to give to you. All of us, we are using those, things which you can record with. For example, the platform what we are using as of now can record for about, say, 40 to 45 minutes at free of cost. So you can go in for one particular topic. If you are very clear with that topic, for example, say finance or marketing or anything, you may have some 12 or 15 slides and talk and try to talk on that particular topic. You record yourself and write your name and other details of your college and other details, upload in the YouTube and make it available for the other people or the community, when they search regarding the relevant topic, they will come across and they will start reading your YouTube. I mean, listen as well as read your PowerPoints. In such a way, you can promote yourself. And in due course of time, when they ask, you may say that these many YouTube videos you are familiar with, and people will be familiar about you in due course of time. This is how you are going to promote yourself, the art of creating an opportunity to yourself. This platform is called as a promotion. Next one is the price. Price is not only the salary. Most of us, what we think is the price tag for each and every person. When you say sell yourself, the price comes automatically to us. Price. Whether I'm going to get 30,000, 50,000, 1 lakh, it is all about the price. And the price is fixed based on the skill set, based on how you are going to approach the place, the promotion, the company where you are going to work, or the entrepreneurial setup. For example, if you are starting a software business, you are going to make more money. If you are going to, for example, this tape company may not make so much of money. It is totally different. So you have to plan accordingly in terms of entrepreneurship. And in terms of the individual, if you want to work, price is about the tag. How much salary you are going to get, whether it is 10,000 or 1 lakh. It is in your hand. It is in your hand. Why I'm saying this, it is in your hand, is because if you are so content with the MBA, if you want to get a pass and come out, the price tag will be 10,000. If you are going to develop all the sales kits, the prerequisite, which is indispensable nowadays for getting a good job, then the most important thing is you have to develop the opportunity not only for you, you have to read a lot of books, lot of articles, lot of connected things, and retain. The retention is very, very important. Very, very important. When somebody asks some question, for example, if you're on the chemistry background, or if you're in English background or any background, when they ask the relevant question, am I able to replicate whatever I've learned? So price tag, when they give the salary to you, it is not only the salary, it is inclusive of the medical insurance, dental insurance, optical eye care insurance, raises, and the bonuses, whatever they are giving to you, the vacation holidays. See, we have to understand the 30 or 31 days is inclusive of Sundays and vacation holidays. It may take up to 6 days. So please understand that we are paid for 30 days or 31 days. It is not for the 20 days or 21 days. And we cannot calculate for the 20 days or 21 days. It is calculated for 30 or 31 days. So next one is the paid holidays, personal lives, and certain places they share profits also, share markets. For example, if Sundar Pichai, Google of CEO, or you may not be given the entire salary as on whole, the share may be given to him appropriately. That is called, we call it as the stock option. Then the school fees at places, they pay the school fees, and health clubs, dependent care, employee assistance program, parking, commutation expenses which will be reimbursed like food, card, etc. all under the price tag. We call it as, it is not only the salary, it is all the inclusive of this. So now interview how you are going to sell yourself. So first of all, the basic thing is you have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to achieve. The only thing is how I'm going to believe myself. So they are well-prepared person. The preparedness is the ultimate for the individual. If you're not going to prepare, if you're not going to burn the midnight oil, if you're not going to strive yourself for the day and night, and the things cannot happen in a day. So you have to believe in yourself that you can achieve this feat. Be a storyteller. Example, you write. When you go and speak, example, you write in a professional summary that you have strong record of meeting critical project deadline despite unforeseen obstacles. So there may be some obstacles, how you have faced that obstacles and how you have reached it and how you have completed the target. So people, they want to believe you. When you say that, I have faced this impediment during my course of a profile, and during that time, I have taken the day and night, and I have completed the project. You have to be a storyteller. Be ready for hiring manager to ask you a behavioral questions like, tell me about the time you encountered an unforeseen obstacle. See, you have to frame the storyteller in such a way that when you say that story to them, they have to frame a question wherein you will be in a position to answer. What did you do to overcome it? This is the question. How you have overcome that impediment or obstacle or a barrier. How you overcome that. Show. Always you have to show. Don't tell. You have to show. That is experiencing yourself. When you started saying from your heart without thinking, they will come to know that you are spontaneous. If you start thinking and like this and seeing the skies, I'm sorry, immediately they will know that something is going and you are trying to working out with your brain, and you are going to write your own story. The story, it should be a true story. And after that, you have to know your audience, the company, the interviewer, whom you are going to interview. So what they really expect from me, what they are expecting, what is the real expectation that have, in the sense, you can meet some of them who are really successful. You have to go and meet them and ask this question, how successful you are. What are the basic questions they ask you? What is the real expectation that they have in this company? When you ask this, the person who is working in the company, not all the person may say. When you tap, maybe one or two or few person may address this, and they will tell you the key for your success. Look for the brand matches, position or company versus my strength and belief. It has to that is the cohesiveness. For example, if you have a thought flow, if you have an idea or a concept, or you may be interested in one domain, it has to be cohesively connected to that company, and you'll be in a position to work happily in that company. So this is how we are going to sell ourselves during the course of the interview. Next one is the comfort zone. This is very, very perilous situation which is prevailing in our country, which we call it as the comfort zone. For example, the comfort zone is nothing but, for example, you are going and working in a mediocre company. The mediocre company is giving you some 20,000 rupees or 30,000 rupees. That is getting fulfilled all your desire, basic needs and desire at home. Automatically, what you will do, you will have a sofa, you have the sofa to sit, you will relax, you will have the system before, and you will be doing the day in and day out regular work there, and you'll be happy with it for a longer period of time. You will not have a raise. There will be no challenging task, and there will be no higher position in that company, and you will always neglect the success in your life. So we have to come out of the comfort zone. How we are going to come out of the comfort zone is the behavioral space, where your activities and behavior fits a routine and pattern that minimizes stress and risk. Means comfort zone is nothing but I am not ready to take stress. I am not ready to take risk. Nobody in this world is ready to take the stress and risk, unless or otherwise. If you know what is stress, already the class was already taken about the stress and what is the real risk that I have, we cannot come forward. The next step is not there for you. So it provides a state of mental security. We have a physical security. I already told you roti, kapda, makan. So food, water, food, shelter and place. So we are happy with it. You have to come out of your comfort zone. You benefit in obvious ways, regular happiness, low anxiety and reduced stress. If you are happy with it, you can live it. 80% of the people are living with that only. If you want to come out of it and you want to be the 20%, already I told you, if you want to become a very famous person, if you want to become a very positive and a famous person, come out of the 80% of the comfort zone and you have to be in the zone of 20%. That 20% is going to make sense. Only that 20% is helping India to develop as a nation building. 80% remaining 80%, their contribution is very little, and the 20% contribution is more. So you must move to improve and be successful. So if there is an impediment or there is an attenuation that you are facing the signal, we call it as attenuation in terms of signal. We call it as an impediment. You would have seen that running race, 110 meters hurdles, 110 meters hurdles. They will have a lot of hurdles in between. You have to jump on that and you have to run. So you have to move to improve and be successful. So select the right time to move. When you have to find the right time to move, I will tell you. When you think that there is no scope for you in that industry or in that company, if the company is not developing, there is no research, there is no opportunity, there is no other thing which you can learn, or you have attained the highest speed in that company, and there are so many things which is there in some other company, you have to shift from the comfort zone to the success zone. Prepare yourself and family for the jump. So before jumping, you have to be very careful. When I jumped from my professorship to entrepreneur for the past six years, I have prepared this. My family, I told them, you cannot expect for the next 3 months or 4 months because I'm going to become an entrepreneur. So prepare yourself and family for the jump means you should have some adequate money for them for the next 6 months or 1 year, and they should not trouble you for the next 6 months or 1 year. Warm before the jump. So warm up. So you cannot just run like that, right? You cannot just run or do some exercises or do something. You have to do certain basic warm up before the jump. Warming up is nothing but understanding the place where we are going to go and about the community, whether it will be viable for us to enrich our knowledge in that place and taking all the inputs from that place, which the place you are going to work. So jump strategic, low position, however easier to promote. Even if it is lower position than the position where you are right now, you cannot expect the same time. I've seen some of them, they say, I'm the country head of this company. Of late, when they go and work in some other place, they'll be a sales manager. And they'll be so, they cannot say the same thing. They'll say, I'm a sales. So yesterday you said you are the country head for the small company. And I'm the sales manager for a big company is totally different. We have to understand that it is based on the company. It is not on the company, about the credibility, credentials, and the how many years established, what is the real turnover of the company. And switching your career, do not consider the age. Consider the capabilities that you have. In today's life, it is not about the age. Age is just a number. So you have to consider about the capabilities that you have right now. If anybody is trying to question me, even my son, if he's talking about the technology or the contemporary things, I'll be in a position to talk to him because I'm keeping myself updated every day and day out. So follow your passion always. You should have a passion in your life and you have to follow that particular passion. This is how you are going to prepare yourself for your new career. So this is the way you have to prepare for your new career. So now you take deep breath in changing for the improvement you never can do when loaded with work. When you are preoccupied, when your mind is so clouded, you will not be in a position to move to the next. And you have to take a deep breath. You have to be very conscious of the state, what is happening around you. You take a deep breath, unlearn everything what has happened previously and start connecting to your new life. You need peace. You need to have a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Then secrets to sell. How you sell yourself? These are the secrets that I'm going to tell you. Advertise yourself. How you are going to advertise yourself? First one is the smile. Wherever you go, whichever the place you go, the first one is the smile. Dale Carnegie said, it is a simple way to make a good first impression is nothing but your smile. So in any business encounter, across any desk, at the customer front desk, or any place, even the telephone, what Carnegie says is, even when you take the telephone, when you talk, hello ma'am, how is when you smile, the person will be in a position to feel your smile. They'll feel your smile. Definitely I'm saying this. When I say, how are you ma'am? When you see, the good people is what happens. Automatically, they will come to know something is happening to you and you're not happy. So smile is very, very essential for any business. So the actions, Carnegie has noted this, action always speak louder than words. You have to smile. So first concept, the tip one to advertise yourself is to smile. Second one is listen. Customer and clients want to hear what you have to say, but they want you to hear what they have to say first. I've seen so many of them. See, in my experience, I have to relate my experience. I want to sell one product. The product cost is exorbitant. You will not believe it is around 12 lakhs or 13 lakhs. When compared to the product of 4 lakhs, I'm going to sell a product for 13 to 14 lakhs. So when I started explaining about that product to the customer, what happened? The customer was hearing all this and he said, you see, the same product is available for 4.5 lakhs. I said, yes, it is available. And I started comparing about the technical things that it carries total harmonic distortion is 10% and this is 0.5%. When you started comparing all these things, when they started speaking something, now I stopped. I started hearing to their lecture for more than 15 to 20 minutes. I never spoke even a single word to them. I was just smiling and I was hearing to them. After 15 or 20 minutes, the person, he asked me, now you tell me what I have to do. Now you tell me what I have to do means he's ready to buy your product. That is a real thing. So you have to allow and you have to listen to them. You have to empathize them. You have to listen to them. If you're not listening to them, I'm so sorry, when you start promoting yourself and speaking about yourself pompously and you are so egoistic and showing about yourself, it is not going to help you unless or otherwise we listen. Third one is arouse an eager want. And it is almost sound poetic, but at places, we shouldn't tell about what you are going to say. So you say all the important things about the product, but you're not going to tell what is actually. So an arouse or an eager want that comes out. At places, you have seen that certain advertisements, they will not say about the product. In 15 days, you are going to see this. But it is arousing an eager want every time. So on the 10th day or 12th day, when they are saying this, we are going to relate it. So similarly, how you are going to arouse an eager want, that is important. If you want a bait store, understand the customer do not desire night crawlers. They desire catching fish. So we have to pitch accordingly. Your pitching your product is very, very important. For example, the booksellers you would have seen at your home, they may have 12 or 15 books. They will not show. They are going to keep it behind their hands and they will say, you will get this book. This book costs only this much. In addition to that, you are going to get this book along with this book. You see, this is how they arouse an eager want in you. And finally, they will sell all the books for 2,000 rupees. The entire cost of the book will be 2,000 rupees only, but they arouse an eager want in you. Use names. Often have seen in places, example, when you want to listen to their name, relate that person to some other person. For example, a person may be Narayan, means just see that person, about Narayana is standing in front of them. Or some other person like Durga, replace that Durga in that place and just remember their names. So whenever you see any person, you just try to call them by their name. So name is very, very important. If you forget and you say, I forgot your name means you're gone. So learn the names of your employees. If you have 50 employees, you have to call them by name. You have to know the name. Your customers, all the customers you have to know by name, and your prospects, even the mobile number. Most of us, we have the habit of seeing the number. In those days, we never see the number. 50 or 100 numbers, everything will be in our memory. Because we don't have anything to write. We may just place it at home at times. When I want to call in the PCO, I should be in a position to call that person with the number. We don't remember it. We are addicted to the gadgets. That is the reason why we are not able to remember the names and the number. We are using the calculator. So after you learn those names, you have to start using them and you have to call them by name. So a person name is so important and the sweetest and the most important sounds in any language. Next one is the avoid arguments. When somebody want to engage you in an argument, say no to that. This would seem to be almost given, but for too many salesperson, perhaps it's their zeal, engage in argument with the customer. Don't try to engage with the arguments and show your resistance that you are always right. Don't do that. The only way to get the best of the argument is to avoid it. So when they try to argue, just you wait and listen to them, be respectful, be so kind to them, to the customer's opinion. I understand in your place, I empathize. You have to empathize. You have to be in the shoes of the customer and say, yes, I understand your difficulty in that, and I will talk to the management. Like that, we have to be in their shoes and we have to talk, and we should not, and we do not argue, do not criticize, do not condemn. Please understand, if you do that, in your place, somebody is going to go there. Not only the individual, you are going to tarnish the image of the company. The entire company name is totally tarnished because of our behavior, since we have argued, since we have criticized, and since we have condemned. So please do not that. We have to avoid arguments. Stay cool, let them say whatever they want, and you say that if you have anything option, and if they are allowing you to talk, then you talk. You will have an opportunity to brag about yourself, offering soon enough, and you can come out with some other idea and make them induce and persuade them to buy your product. Then tip 6 is, if appropriate, try to apologize. For example, even if you have paid the money for the Airtel bill or any bill, you would have seen that if you are calling the helpline and saying that my mobile is not working, immediately they will say, I'm really sorry, I'm apologize for the inconvenience, I regret for the inconvenience caused to you, sir or ma'am. It is because they have to say this, even though the technical issue may be not from their end, it may be from your end, but they are ready to apologize from their end. Immediately, our heart is getting consoled. We are happy with it when somebody apologizes to us. So similarly, don't feel shy, because we need the market. You have to sell yourself, right? So it is appropriate to apologize at places. Any point in sales transaction or pitch, you have to discover that you have made an error. See, to forgive is divine. People, they tend to do the error. To err is human. To forgive is divine. If they forgive you, they are divine. So don't give any lame excuses at any point of time. Don't give any wrong picture to them or lame excuses. Simply you apologize, say sorry, or do so emphatically, I'm so sorry, ma'am, I'm so sorry, sir, for this. I see that it is not going to happen in the impending future or the near future. You say that to them. So Carnegie said, then move on. You may be surprised how quickly the whole incident is forgotten. I will tell you one example. Just think, before 15 days, what you did with your brother or your mother at 12 o'clock. Can you anyone tell me? Before 15 days, at 2 o'clock, what you did with your brother? Do we have any records with us, writing each and everything, what is happening in our life? So we have the habit of forgetting and forgiving people. So it is always better to apologize. So immediately things will come to the closure when we apologize. If you insist on building a case on why you are hurt, you will only drag things out that will take for months together, years together also at places. There is no court or anything which is required. No arbiter is required if we apologize. And the person who is in front of you, some of them, they may forgive you immediately. Some of them, it takes time, an appropriate time to forgive you. So these are the secrets to advertise yourself. This is the tip number 6. Then tip number 7 is, let customers sell to themselves. So a word of mouth, always we have seen in so many places. For example, to be honest and precise, my dear learners, by God's grace, I never sell myself. My customers, they sell my product. I never go and beg for anything. I never call them and ask, please write a book and we will be in a position to publish a book. We never do that. It is always, we are genuine, and the word of mouth from one customer to the other customer, they will say, it is better you go to this place, your book will be published in the best way. I have experienced myself. So they let the customer sell to themselves. So that is very, very important thing, the word of mouth from one customer to the other customer. So instead of steering the conversation until consumer realize that your product or service solution they have looked in for, you have to sell to themselves. So ask what is in for the customers. Ask what is in it for the customers. When discussing your product, put in terms that speak to your customer's interest. You have to be in the shoes of the customer. You talk like a customer and you just think what is the real expectation from them. Whatever they are interested, you have to be in their side and you talk as if you are talking for them. You may have the biggest, fastest, and the most reliable product on the market, but unless customers see how it benefits them, please understand, you may have the best one in this world. I'm sorry, they may not be in a position to know what it is. You have to understand, like an astrologer, when somebody goes and meet the person, the astrologer sees your face, whether you are sad, the way you have dressed. Based on that, he will give his prediction. Similarly, when you see a customer, when you see their place, at one panoramic view, you should be in a position to understand their real state of affair. What is their real expectation? When you know the real expectation, we will be in a position from their point, you'll be giving a lot of inputs. And the tip number 9 is dramatize your idea. So dramatizing your idea, do not be afraid to engage in little showmanship. At places, we have to tell that you are far superior from the other person. At places, see, at places, even the customer, they say that I will get for this amount. Then you have to say, you have to give a record in such a way that they can compare the thing, or the newspaper, they would have given some reports, or you can show them some of the customers' reviews that is not as good as when compared to the other people. So it is how that you can dramatize your ideas. Carnegie tells the story of a cash register salesman who told a grocer that registers his store was using were so old that he was literally throwing money away. With that, the salesman threw a handful of coins on the floor. He got the sale. So we should know how to dramatize our ideas. We should have our own story and we should know how to dramatize ideas. So you have to do the spade work. What I am trying to say through dramatize your ideas means you have to do your spade work. Your spade work is very, very essential at this point of sale. So dramatize yourself. And this is the last thing which I'm going to say about the 10 tips of prospecting. The last slide, which is going to talk about the 10 tips of prospecting. My dear learners, you have to build your own network. Do you know what is the network? Wherever the place you go, you have to give your card, you have to talk, you have to take notes, you have to hear to them, you have to note their number, mobile number, all the details. What do you know? What do they know about you? The more people you know, the more people know you. This is the basic fundamental things. The fundamental, if you want to become an entrepreneur, when you start knowing more people, and constantly you have to advertise yourself, put some of your ideas or throw your ideas on your status of your WhatsApp or something else, which make them constantly looking about you and they will know that you are such a kind of person. Instead of showcasing yourself for the film songs or something else, which all the crap that nobody likes it, which is already available in the YouTube, be something unique and try to put it in your status. It may be a WhatsApp status or any other status. You have to be so unique. It should not be the same. And see that they are copying your status and it is going to be replicated number of times. So in such a way that you have to build up your own network, having an amicable relationship with the network which you have. And not only that, see, instead of expecting from them, always try to add values to them. When you start without expecting anything in return, when you start adding values to them, you will build a very big network. And you can ask for the referrals. Next one, if you have a very good network, you can ask for referrals. Don't just ask, what do you know? Be specific about the referrals. Look at their supply chain, look at their industry, ask for the specific introduction to the specific people. If you want a good introduction to that person, for example, yeah, Lions, they may be in Lions Club or in some other club, and they need some sort of interaction. They may ask, do you have any person who can do this website or something? Because they don't want the local people to come to them. And I have seen so many of them. See, for example, 10 or 15 of them, they will be going and they will start reducing the price. Instead, if somebody is having the real quality and they are going for the referrals, they will say, they will give some couple of examples and say, see, they have done this thing, the site and other things. You can refer to that person. So next one is the usual of social media. My dear learners, you have to be very careful in this using of social media from the first year of your MBA. Do not post any crap things on your social media, especially in Facebook. Just sharing some craps that is going to spoil your image, your impending future. You have to be very, very careful. Always post something which is relevant. And do not give friend request to all. If you don't know the person, if they are through the referral, already if they know, you try to give the friend request because they will go and see who are your friends. So you can use the LinkedIn platform very effectively, where business people, the other people, they talk and listen to the other business people. That is the only platform the business people listen to the other business people. So you should have some 500 plus or 1000 connection that is going to help you. Be careful what customers or prospects can see you on the Facebook pages. You have to be very careful when you are using the social media. Then attend specific industry events. Wherever the industry events occurs. For example, even it may be an entry pass of 100 rupees. Be ready to pay that 100 rupees or 500 rupees. Go and attend the industry events, which helps you. It will get a lot of connection. You can build your network. You can give your card. You can give your name or the details. You can exchange numbers. You can store in your repository, which is going to help you after the completion of your program. Next, make a wish list of your dream clients. You should have a wish list always. Research what might be of interest or what you have in common, and then get to work connecting with them. Then you have to prepare the wish list and be a speaker. Put yourself forward to speak at networking or business events, wherever the place where they are asking you to talk. See, now Dr. Priyadashini ma'am, she has given the wonderful opportunity for us to speak in spite of our exigency or the hectic schedule. Still we have, which we are postponing our work, but still we are happy to talk with you all. The reason is, whenever we are the speaker, we will start Googling about the speaker, and that's how we are building our network. So you have to be a speaker. Whenever you get the opportunity, try to talk. Try to be a speaker. If you practice to make a positive impression, people will always remember you when you give a positive impression on them. So keep your eyes and ears open. Always you have to be in the present. Don't think about the past. I've seen so many of them, they are worrying about the past, which you cannot do anything. You cannot repair anything what has done in the past. And you do not know what is happening in the future. I always say this, you have to be in the present. You have to be in the conscious stage. Don't be under the spell. I've seen some of them driving under the spell. Always in the daydream. Or they will be dreaming something else. They will not listen to this. If 1 hour of speech or something which is given effectively, concentrate on every word of the speaker they say. Even in your classes, be attentive. For example, a product life cycle. Ma'am, she is going to take product life cycle means she will say how the curve goes up. You have to listen. This is going to be a better example. So when you are going to face that situation in our life, when it is going to be in the maturity stage, I know that it is going to decline or it is going to be in the same line. I have to be very careful. Now I know what I have studied in my MBA. Now I'm going to incorporate that and I'm going to be innovative in that, and I'm going to make the curve still more big. Is it any possibility is there for me to make my curve still more big instead of descending? I have to make the curve more big, or some other thing where I'm going to be innovative by sandwiching some other thing to my business and see that it is going up. So whatever you have learned is like pebble in a seashore. Unless you put it into practice, it is not going to help you. Be a speaker, keep your eyes and ears always open. Then sell yourself as an expert in your field. You have to be an expert. Wear a decent dress with a tie. You your face. See that you take efforts to see how you are before the person whom you are going to stand, how you sit. I've seen some of them when they are going to the place of the customer, they will relax and they will sit like this. No, it is not that. You have to sit in an erected position, in a uprighted position, see eye to eye. You have to show in such a way that you are so serious about the product. In the initial smile is suffice. Always you should not laugh or smile continuously. Perpetually it is not allowed. You have to smile in the initial time. You say, hi, how are you? My name is so and so. You are going to say this. When you are introducing the product, when you are going to sell the product or you are going to sell yourself, you have to be very serious and you have to be very clear what is the word that you are uttering. Consciously, you have to be aware what you speak, whether you are speaking. So you need a practice. You have to be before the mirror. You have to stand or sit before the mirror, talk number of times what you are going to say to them. So when you are so serious, there is a systematic approach that you are going to approach the people. So the people who is sitting in front of you, the customer is going to be very serious when you talk and they will start listening to you. If you're scratching your head, seeing here and there, and your buttons are not tied properly, and you are wearing a fading shirt, it is not going to be attracted. So you have to sell yourself, not only the product, you have to sell yourself. So look after the existing customer. Example, at places, they may ask you who are all your customers. So you have to have a very good existing customer. Whenever you showcase your customer, see that you give the prospective customer, because even one customer, if the customer is not happy with your product or happy with you, two things, I'm saying this, please understand, always relate yourself to the product. Ma'am, she was speaking about the product. I'm relating yourself to the product. When you are relating to that, see that when you want to sell that to the customer, if they come to know that the existing customer is not happy about you, or the existing customer is not happy about your product, I'm sorry, my dear learners, you are going to lose your business. Not only that, by word of mouth, if they say, I'm sorry, this is not going to help, and somebody may say that I'm going to buy this, they will say, no, 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 you don't buy. That guy who came to my office, he behaved very rude. That company is not recruiting proper people. They may say this, or they may talk about the product. The guy is a good person, but the product is not that good. They may talk both. So please understand, when you relate yourself, the product is you, the product is by itself. So looking after your existing customer, don't forget cold calling method, or cold calling is nothing but, always we are looking for the leads. Leads is nothing but somebody who sits for hours together, they call and they call, they send emails and they have some prospective list, that we call it as a leads. Cold calling is that the casual walk in the park. When you meet people, you can just give a card and talk to them. So when you spend your quality time with them, you will come to know a lot of things and you can finish off your sales. So these are the 10 tips of prospecting. So I understand that all my learners, all the learners of Tagore Engineering College, the freshers who have joined right now, will know about how you have to approach yourself. What is the real market? What are the 12 P's of marketing? What is the product, price and place and promotion when it comes in as a human in your place? Whether you are going to become an entrepreneur or you are going to work. Hope I have delivered the session. I think it is maybe useful for you. And I thank the management for giving me the wonderful opportunity to deliver this webinar on selling yourself, advertising yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Questions from the audience, I mean the participants. If you have any particular questions on this, you can ask.
Students, you would have heard a lot from sir and ma'am. So sir did say about what are all the P's, and sorry, ma'am did say about the P's, and sir did relate yourself in that point what ma'am has shared you. So it was a very wonderful session, sir. Because
you, ma'am. Thank you.
When you said sell yourself, the topic was something very different. When we were discussing about the topic, it was very different. You said market yourself. So I was thinking it will be mostly on personality development and it will be so. But ma'am started it very different. She said what are all the important concepts in marketing. and each concepts you related with the individual. So
Because
how
they
we
have to
could do that?
understand the basic rudiments of marketing. I don't know whether the class is taken for them.
No, sir,
The
this is
piece of
the
marketing
fourth
and
day
all.
for them, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So that is
So
the
very
reason
nice,
why
sir.
I asked her to talk about the 12 P's of marketing, the basic rudiments. And apart from that, how the learners are going to relate themselves in both entrepreneurial way as well as for the job prospects.
Yes, sir, really. And it was power packed sessions. Both of you, ma'am was very informative. So she was, I think she did teach and touch upon all the basic concepts of marketing
Yes,
with
ma'am.
very relevant examples. So any, like, whoever is a
Novice,
layman can understand.
novice learner will understand. Yes.
Yes, sir. So that is how it was, and you did touch upon all these things in a individual perspective. It was really like a very good induction program for first years, and I also should appreciate first years that they were all staying on the listening end, and they didn't leave and come, and so they were continuously on the room. So
Excellent.
really appreciate the 50% of students who have joined. The others
Thank
are
you.
really missing all these opportunity. Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
thank you, sir.
Thank
Kavita
you,
ma'am,
ma'am.
over to
Thank
you.
you.
Over to
Sure.
you, Kavita ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So thank you, sir. It was
Thank
really
you,
a
ma'am.
perfect
Thank you very much.
performance. Seriously, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
As ma'am said, it was really a wonderful, what is the informative session. You started with the theoretical point of view, and you related with an example which we were able to understand. Even I was eagerly watching. Okay, what she's going to do, what she's going to say. I was just listening to you. It was really a pakka session, ma'am. And now next coming to you, sir. It was I was waiting for your session because I have attended already that
Research insights and publication
research. Yeah,
strategies.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, sir. That's what I told ma'am also. So what you said was you have to move to improve and be successful. You have to come out of your comfort zone. It was true, sir. We have to come out of a comfort zone so that we can what is it? We can climb our next step of a step in our ladder. Then also we should update ourselves, as you said. You can even talk with yourself because you are updating yourself. So it was a takeaway for me, sir. So I have to update so that
Thank you,
I'll
ma'am.
be with
Thank
my
you.
kids. Then we have to be very passionate and tell yourself that the tips, last 10 tips which you gave, that smile, listen, all those things was really amazing, sir. These
Thank you.
the points which you gave, everything, it is not only for the students. Even I took it for myself, and I'll also promise that we people will follow what you said. And thanks for your wonderful what is it, the speech which you gave today, sir. Thank you, Lord. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, students. Thank you for attending this session, students. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, students. So I think
Shall
we
we
can. Yes, Kavita.